जयो राधा माधवा जयो कुंज बिहारी जयो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवासादि गौरा भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जयो प्रभुपदा श्रीला प्रभुपदा। प्रभुपाद Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya, Jaya Prabhupada. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramhamsa Parvijagacharya Ashto Shattva Sattva Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. BBD Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramhamsa Parvijagacharya Ashto Shattva Sattva. His Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Sadhu Thakur Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Ananta Koti Vishnu Bind ki jai. Namacharya Srila Ardas Thakur ki jai. Grantaraj Śrimad Bhāgavatam ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. I welcome you all for today's Śrimad Bhāgavatam class. Today we are reading from Canto 3, chapter number 26, entitled Fundamental Principles of Material Nature. And today we're going to take text number 43. Kaledanam pindanam triptihi prananapayano nandanam Tapanado bhuyastvam ambasho virtayastva imaha kaledanam pindanam triptihi prananapayayo nandanam Tapapando bhuyastavam ambhasho virtayastva imaha kaledanam pindanam triptihi prananam apayayo nandanam Tapapanoda bhuyastvam ambhasho virtayastva imaha. Please. Kaledanam pindanam triptihi prananapayayo nandanam tapapanoda bhuyastvam tapapanoda sorry kaledanam pindanam triptihi prananapayo yo nandanam tapapanoda bhuyastvam ambhasho virtayastva imaha. You want to try? Okay, Mataji's. Kaledanam pindanam triptihi prananayayo pananandanam tapapanoda bhuyastvam ambasho vritayastva imaha kaledanam pindanam triptihi prananapayayo nandanam tapopanoda bhuyastvam Ambasho vritayasva imaha Kaledanam pindanam triptihi Prananapayo yo nandanam Tapapano dabhuyastvam Ambasho vritayastva imaha. What your word meaning, translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Kaledanam, motioning. Pindanam, coagulating. Triptihi, causing satisfaction. Pranana, maintaining life. Apayayana, refreshing. Andanam, softening. Tapa, heat. Apanodaha, driving away. Bhuyastvam, being in abundance. Ambhashaha, of water. Vrityaha, the characteristics, functions. To, in fact. Imaha, these. Translation. The characteristics of water are exhibited by its motioning other substances, coagulating various mixtures, causing satisfaction, maintaining life, softening things, driving away heat, incessantly supplying itself to reservoirs of water, and refreshing by slacking thirst. Purport. Starvation can be mitigated by drinking water. It is sometimes found that if a person who has taken a vow to fast takes a little water at intervals, the exhaustion of fasting is at once mitigated. In the Vedas, it is also stated, Apomayaha pranaha, life depends on water. With water, anything can be moistened or dampened. Flour dough can be prepared with a mixture of water. Mud is made by mixing water with earth. As stated in the beginning of Śrimad Bhāgavatam, water is the cementing ingredients of different material elements. If we build a house, water is actually the constituent in making the bricks. Fire, water, and air are the exchanging elements for the entire material manifestation. But water is the most prominent. Also, excessive heat can be reduced simply by pouring water on the heated field. Om Ajnanaatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Mano Bhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. He Krishna Karuna Sindho Deenabandho Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vindhavaneshwari Vishwabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Namao Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nityanamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashate Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadha Shiva Sadi Shri Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So Lord Kapila Dev, he's still continuing explaining the Sankhya philosophy to his mother Devahuti. We have heard many different religions, they have glorified Lord in a different way, and the most common thing is they say God is great. That's the most common saying from all the religion. But they don't have sufficient information or the knowledge how great the Lord is. It is only the Sanatan Dharma, the Śrimad Bhāgavatam itself, which is the Bhagavad Purana, the ultimate number one Purana. It provides you all the information which you can go detail to learn how great the Lord is. Until unless you will not know how the great Lord is, how can you know how great or how sweet the Lord is? Because that's his external manifestation. He has incarnated or expanded himself in a different form. In Bhagavad Gita, as Lord says, Bhumi apo nalor vayur kham manor buddhir evacha ahankara idyam me bhinna prakriti ashtada. There are my 8 separated energies I just walk through in this material nature. So one of them, as we have read from text number 26, it has started that Lord Kapila, every single element he's taking up and he's analytically or he's describing the function and the characteristics of each element. So today's verse is glorifying about the water. He's saying what is the function of the water, what is the characteristics of the water. And here in translation and Prabhupada, he's so beautifully saying it is a prana, it is the life. Our life depends on the water. We have seen many people, they can live without for many days or maybe a month without eating. But when it comes for drinking, 4 or 5 days maximum they can survive. And we have noticed that during Janmashtami time or Gaura Purnima time, when we have a Nirjala, we are not drinking anything throughout the whole day, our body gets dry up. Okay, we lose our kanti, our the charm on our face and our body. But as soon as in the night when we take half glass of water, everything comes back. So it just drives up everything without the body, without the water. And how the water is important, it is a part of everywhere, whether we are making anything for eating, that is also needed. Everything we are building up, that is also needed. And whatever we just name it, even the world, if we say, this whole earthly planet is three-fourths is full of water. And our body, maximum amount of element in our body is water. You can see how important it is. And it is so pure that it can purify any contaminated places. Yeah? When we wake up early in the morning, we just clean ourselves externally and just wash our mouth and everything. We take bath or wash our clothes. Or is there anything dirty on the floor or in our room? We just use water to clean it. That's how important it is. But the Lord is saying, that's me. We know there's one statement where Lord says, I am all pervading. So how does he pervades everywhere? So he pervades through his energies. Okay, Bhumi apo nalo vayu khamanor buddhir evacha ahankara idyam me. These are the 8 things, and there are many other internal and external energies. So water is everywhere. Earth is everywhere. Air is everywhere. Sky is everywhere. Space is everywhere. Ether is everywhere. Everywhere they are. If you see, Lord is present through his different energies. But where do we get all this information? It is very, very difficult to get this information in our material academic institution or being taught by our, asurkulas. Many people call our ISKCON preachers, they call them asurkulas. So it's very difficult to gain all this knowledge. They haven't yet achieved or went that far where they can open up every single element and they can present as a truth. Okay, this is what it is. That's why we need to take the shelter of the Vedic scriptures, especially the Śrimad Bhāgavatam, because it covers all the 10 topics. Atta sargas visargascha sthanam poshanam utaya manvantare eshanukatha nirodho muktir ashraya. There are many other Puranas, but they only cover maximum to maximum 5, 6 or 7 topics. Maximum. But Śrimad Bhāgavatam is the only Purana which covers all the 10 subjects, important matters. That's how it is very, very important and relevant to read it every day. Because when we read it, then we can see Lord Krishna everywhere in a different aspects. As we go through, especially in the Canto 3 here, as Lord was explaining, see me, when you see moon, when you see sun, just see me as my eyes. Okay, when you see the trees, see me, they are my hairs. So yeah, there are different explanations are given how to see everything in relation to God. Otherwise, it becomes very, very difficult to understand because everything becomes like a theoretical things. We have seen people, they do talk about God is like that, God is like that, God is like this. But where are the enough information where you can provide to the public or to the audience where their heart also been transformed and they get attraction toward the Lord? They don't have sufficient knowledge to provide to the world. They are somewhere, they just get stops over there. But here, in this verse, Srila Prabhupada has mentioned beautifully, he was glorifying one thing, apayana. Apayana means refreshing. As soon as you come in the contact of water, you become refreshed. And in 7.14 Bhagavad Gita, Lord says, Rasoham apsu kaunteya prabhashmi shashi suryo Parnava sarva vedeshu shabdekhe purusham rishu. That I am the taste in the water. So anybody, because due to our material contamination, being in this material world, our senses are thirsty and hungry. They are asking for different things to enjoy and to drink. Like our senses are thirsty. Okay? And we have supplied immense amount of need, whatever our senses are asking. But that thirst, it doesn't quench. It still goes on and on. So Krishna is saying that thirst, that taste of the water, it's me. So as soon as we come in the contact of Krishna consciousness or in the bhakti process, that all our thirst gets quenched. It gets fulfilled. And we feel relief that whatever thirst and hunger we were going through life after life, it gets stops as soon as you take the shelter of the bhakti process. Otherwise, we are hankering for so many lifetimes we have passed through. Our thirst is not finishing. And another beautiful thing is, if you see any liquid product, whether it's a soft drink, whether it's a juice, or you just name it, anything liquid that you like to drink it, like milk, coffee and everything. How many days can you drink that without water? Or how much can you like it? It's not possible. 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day. But ultimately, as soon as you touch the water with your tongue, then you relief. You get the relief very much. Have you noticed that? I did this experiment some years ago. I said, let me have, how can I live without the water? Okay, I tried to drinking juice. There was a mango juice and many other things were there. But no matter how many gallons you drink a day, but as soon as you touch the water, then he said, Baba, this is the ultimate drink to be drink. Other things are just like a substitute or alternative to the water. Because you cannot compare the water with anything else. Prabhupada's famous quote is there, when I ask for milk, give me milk. When I ask for water, give me water. Because they both have their different quality to give taste to the people, to the living entity. Of course, milk has its own, features and functions or a quality to fulfill, but water is water. Because in this chapter 10, Bhagavad Gita, where the title itself is said, the opulence of the absolute truth. Because whichever is the best, that Krishna says, that is my representation, or I am representing that thing. See me in that part. He says, among the Pandavas, I am the Arjun. Among all the nakshatras, I am the moon, I am the Shashi. Okay? Among this and that, everything Krishna picks up the best. He says, see me at its me. Here. So it's one of the things here he just picked up as a water. Among these things, because without the water, if you try to mix up anything in our life, it becomes so hard. And it is impossible to say. The water, it brings everything together and makes them as much as stronger it can. Such as this building, we can see bricks are there, sands are there, cements are there. But without the water, they cannot come together and stay together forever. Okay? In a similar way, we also have our own mentality. Somebody is promoting his own nation. Somebody is promoting his or her own caste, own religious, own motivation and everything, but they are differently on the table. But as soon as you come into the contact of Krishna consciousness, it brings everything all together. That's why Prabhupada gave the name International Society. It brings, because the bhakti, the knowledge of Krishna consciousness, it brings everyone together for the same purpose. And the purpose is Jivere Sarup Hove Krishnere Nitya Das. Because without this purpose, we have different branches to serve out. Vyavasatmika buddhir ekehe guru nandana bahu shaka he anantasya buddhyo vyavasaya nam. If you don't have a one-pointed attention, a one goal, everyone has goal, we have different branches or different goal to pursue. And to pursue that different goal, we quarrel among each other. And to peace, bring and harmony in the society, it is only possible when you come as a one goal. Srila Prabhupada also gives another analogy to understand this point. It's like when you pick up a stone, or you have many stones, and you throw that stones in the pond, okay, and then makes ripples around, circles around it. But if you throw in the same position or in a same hole, it makes a different, not different, it makes a same one. But if you throw here and there, then all the other circles, they clash with each other. That's why our motive, our goals, our intentions, our aims, they all are clashing with each other. It is only been fulfilled when the thirst is being quenched by Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, it's not possible. That's why Lord is saying, I am the taste of the water. I am that water. Okay? So we cannot say that, this is, God of Hindu, God of Muslim, God of Christian, and God of Buddhism. No. Prabhupada gives an example of gold. Gold is gold. We cannot say it's a Hindu gold, Muslim gold, or Christian gold, Buddhism gold. Gold is gold. It is just because of our ignorance, not having a proper understanding to see the world. That's why we just make that distinction. And by that distinction, we come to the conclusion of giving harm to each other. That's why you can see without the Krishna consciousness of the bhakti, this whole world is struggling here. Prabhupada, when he was in America, in his own time in 70s, and he was asking the devotee, what's this meeting is all about? Prabhupada is called United Nation. But how can you unite each other but if you have your different goals to pursue? They come together like many world leaders, big politicians, big philosophers. They all come together. They sit on the same table, okay? But they have their own different goal to be promoted on the table. And when it is not being accepted by other people, then where is the united there? There is no, it's called, disunited nation, you can say. I mean, they have different, and those goals are only based, on which thing? Their own sense gratification. Let's see, if you make a drunkard a leader of New York City, what kind of rule he will pass out? What kind of rule? Okay, there will be no tax on the liquor. There will be more liquor shops there. They will be easily available, this type of things. And if you get a prostitute to get on a leadership, what kind of rule she will pass? So that will support her own business. And if you get a meat eater as a leader, what kind of rule he will pass out to support his own sense gratification? That's why this whole world is doing it. Whoever comes as a leader, they have their own sense gratification. And those people who are supporting that particular leader, they have got the same agenda to pursue in the society. And they support for that one. Okay, and if other people try to stop, then they just somehow that they just remove them from their path, because it really hampers their sense gratification. It's really hampered their sense gratification. That's why we need to take the knowledge. We need to take this beautiful nectar from the Śrimad Bhāgavatam, which Srila Prabhupada has easily make us available, in this world. Otherwise, where is the possibility for all of us to survive in this difficult situation where all the knowledge provided by our so-called number one universities, schools and colleges, or our parents or other people, everything, if you relate, they only target to one thing: how you can enjoy your senses in a very elaborate way. But it's not possible. That's why Prabhupada, when he came here first time, he just went to Boston, that big university, Massachusetts. He just challenged them, where is that department where it gives you the knowledge who you actually are? But if you don't know your basic fundamental, which is the ABCD of the spiritual life, so where is the question you are going to live your life on? They have only one agenda. Okay, you are this body, you are this mind, you are this and that, and to enjoy those things, you can take these courses. When you take this much courses, then you can have this much handsome salary, and with that money, you can enjoy as much as you want. Is it true or not? And when we were doing it, and we have done it for many, many years or many, many births also, that thirst is still there. So what does it mean? That means the knowledge which we have been provided by other people, that means that knowledge is not right. So where do we get the shelter of? That's why Lord has given us this knowledge here. This is called the manuals. When we go to the market, we buy so many things, mobile phones, cars, television, fridge, anything we can buy. It comes along with a manual. Do we say here manual, handbook? Or what do we say here? Manuals. Yeah, manuals we say. In India we say handbook, guidebook, so many things it has been called. So what does that manual means there? It is just some paper, something in there. Instruction of what? How to use, or instruction about the product. Okay, how to use the product before using the product. So in this way, you can have a proper understanding, so you can use it for your own purpose. But many people are 100%, there's a strike rate, then nobody of us look at that. We know it everything. I mean, just show the booklet here. I do remember that, like some years ago, when my dad got a color television at home, because I was going to my friend's home to see color television. I know how to hold the remote, how to turn on, how to change the challenge and volume, only a few things. I said to my dad, I know everything, don't worry, I'll do it. Okay, and I threw the booklet somewhere, underneath my bed. And I never seen for 6 months or 7 months, and it was there forever. And one day, somehow or other, I sat on a remote, and there's some other channel came. And I did my try best, could not turn back to the proper channel where I can watch it. I said, Mom, do you know where is that booklet? Mom said, the day you throw, it is still there, go and have a look. So whatever was showing on the screen, like CVI 123, and I look in the index, I said, oh, CVI 123. I went to the page number 189, whatever it was, and opened. I said, if you get this notice on your screen, do this step, and you will come back to your enjoyment. And I did, and it came back. In a similar way, when we came here as a human, Lord has provided us all these manuals. Before we messed up our life, let's have a look. Check it out. What's in the manual? How you, being as a human, how you can survive? What are your duties as a male or as a female? And in that also, there are many other things. As a father, as a son, as a employee, or as a citizen of a country, what are those duties? Just check it out and fulfill it. And main importantly, you have to understand what is the purpose of yours into this material world. Why have you got this human birth? So there are immense amount of detailings over there which not been taught by anywhere else in the world. That's why it is very, very important to take it, because if we will not read every day, then there is a story to understand this. Have you seen the axe when we cut the tree? When the first time we are going to cut the tree, we sharp the edges of that axe, okay? And we can cut it as fast we can. But if we keep cutting the trees with the same axe without sharpening it, what will happen? It will nothing. First of all, slowly, it will go down and it will take us so much time. And there will be a point where all the sharpness of the axe are gone. We cannot even cut anything. So sharpness means here we need to sharp our intelligence with the knowledge of Śrimad Bhāgavatam. Every day we go outside, okay, to preach. So our sharpness are being cut by preaching. So when we come home, we need to sharp again for the next day preaching. But if we not reading or not taking shelter of the Śrimad Bhāgavatam and the bhakti process, and we will do what we want to do and we will become puffed up, oh no, I have done Bhakti Shastri, I have been in the movement for many years, I know what is in and out, no need to teach me, I can go and preach. Guarantee there is a bridge between material and spiritual. Okay, when you go other side from spiritual to material to bring people to the spiritual side, these people are so strong, they will keep you there only and you will lose everything. So that's only intelligence. Even in Bhagavad Gita, I believe it's 2.66 or 67 somewhere, Lord is saying, if your intelligence are not formed in Krishna consciousness, you will always have difficult decisions to make. Your mind will not be steady in there. For a steady mind, you need a good spiritual intelligence. And the good spiritual intelligence comes from reading scriptures. Or if you're finding problems, you can borrow the intelligence, those who have spiritual intelligence, like good spiritual practitioners in our movement, such as our Guru Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada. There are immense amount of lectures are already loaded on the internet. You just need to open it up in any language. Those who are Prabhupada's sincere followers, they have given such a good lectures in all the languages. So language is not a foundation for any one of us. You just search your language, look out who's speaking. Even though the person is only speaking for the whole class, Krishna, 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 only listen to that much. That much itself is purify you. That much itself will purify you. Okay, so I think it's that much need to speak on that. If anybody has any question, so maybe I can open up with more ideas or to speak on more that. Prabhu, can we have a mic, please? Prabhu Vishnu Prabhu, can we have a mic for her, please?
Hare Krishna, thank you. I had a quick question, and I also had a comment.
Closer to, yeah.
I had a quick question, and then also a comment.
Yeah, please.
Well, I'll say my comment first. I was thinking about whenever you said that leaders, whenever they get into a position, nowadays we see that they just want to gratify their senses, and so whatever their agenda is, then they'll use that to push forward whatever laws. And I was thinking that even even in Bhagavatam, you see that there are kings and they have palaces and they have lots of wives and they've got lots of money and they're like enjoying like anything. They're like, they're gratifying their senses definitely. And someone, especially a materialistic person, can say, I want to be king because I want that power, or they're just enjoying themselves.
Yeah.
But my reflection was just that even us, like at a smaller level, we're also gratifying our senses, because in Krishna consciousness, it's not that we dullify or nullify anything that we want from our senses. It's just that it requires discipline, the discipline to control the senses, and then some kind of regulation.
Yeah.
And it reminded me, whenever I had that thought, it reminded me of that Bhagavad Gita verse. And it always kind of like, when I read it, sometimes I'm like, what? But it's in chapter 14, and it talks about how the mode of goodness is experienced when all 9 gates of the body are illumined by knowledge.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking that when we actually have the knowledge, then our senses are controlled. We know how to gratify our senses because we have the knowledge of what actually...
Yeah.
So that was my comment. And then my question was, earlier, you talked about how Bhagavatam talks about 10 topics,
Yeah.
and other Puranas only refer to 5 or 6. And I think that you referred to a verse. I was just wondering if you could expand on that, because I've never heard that Bhagavatam touches on 10 topics.
Yeah, that's why it's called, because it takes you to the ashraya. Now the other Puranas can take you to the ashraya, which is the lotus feet of Lord Sri Krishna. Okay, if you have read Canto 1, where Vyasadeva been chastised by Narada Muni, he wrote Bhagavatam. Okay, he wrote many other Puranas, and he's the compiler. Even the Lord is there. He himself come as a literally incarnation as a Vyasadeva. Okay, so when he wrote all the 18 Puranas and many other Upanishads and everything, he was not satisfied. Why is that so? There is something is missing. So when he was meditating on that, suddenly his spiritual master Narada Muni came, and by his coming he realized, oh, maybe I haven't enough glorified Lord Krishna, that's why I'm not satisfied. If you see the other Puranas, these Puranas, if you see everything in the material world, as you quoted like chapter 14 Bhagavad Gita, the 3 modes of material nature, everything is categorized in 3 categories: goodness, passion and ignorance. So the Puranas are also categorized in 3 categories. 6 Puranas are in mode of goodness, 6 are in passion, 6 are in ignorance. Okay, and among those 6 in goodness, when Vyasadeva rewrite Bhagavad Purana again by the blessings of Narada Muni, that's why it has become transcendental, which is above the 3 modes of material nature. That's what Lord says in 2.44 Bhagavad Gita, Traigunya Vishya Nistraigunya Bhavarjuna Nirdvando Nitto Satvostha Niryogakshemam Atmaman. Means even the Vedas, they are also under the 3 modes of material nature. Okay, they are also under the 3 modes of matter. So you have to rise above this duality and practice yourself and situate yourself on a self-realization matter. And that's only helped by this Śrimad Bhāgavatam. And if in the beginning of Śrimad Bhāgavatam, which is Canto 1, chapter number 1, I think 2nd or 3rd, which is says ki Kaitava Dharma, whatever the dharma which pursue you to enjoy your sense gratification, you have to remove it, because it only gives you the pure knowledge, which the actual dharma of the jiva, which is the transcendental. And on your comment for which you said prior to that, if you see the kings mentioned in the Śrimad Bhāgavatam, they were not only the enjoyers, they were Rajarishis. In a household life, there is a license to enjoy, okay? There is no harm for that. But they were enjoying all their 9 gates, how? Under the guidance of the scriptures. So that's why they were safe. Even though a person who takes the shelter of the scripture and he practices in today's time also, and he enjoys, plus he also enjoys under the direction, because being as a spirit soul, our nature is ananda bhayo abhyasa. We are always pleasure seeking. Everywhere. We also like eating prasad, we also take pleasure by eating, but we are the secondary enjoyer. The first enjoyer is Lord. We offer to the Lord, after that we enjoy it. So same thing, like a car, whichever car we buy for the temple, we just offer it to the Lord first. Lord, this is the key, this is your car, I'm just taking as a servant, using for the preaching. But somehow or other, we also enjoy, oh, it's a nice, BMW, Audi or whatever, it comes love. It just comes like that. So we need to be very, very mindful. Enjoyment is there, but it has to be aligned in the scriptures. So we are safe to do that. Yeah? Yeah, please go ahead.
What book should be read after the Bhagavad Gita?
Sorry, speak it louder.
What book should be read after the Bhagavad Gita?
What book should be read after Bhagavad Gita?
Yeah.
Read it again, Bhagavad Gita. Because the beauty of Bhagavad Gita is every time you start from the beginning, you will find out, I have never read this book. It's Navayovan. Navayovan means ever refresh, ever freshing. Because still, those even Prabhupada disciples, that's their statement. After 50 years reading Bhagavad Gita, whenever they open, they say, every time I find something new to learn, and I think myself, how did I miss this line? Because it opens every time a newer thing or newer realization to you. Plus, of course, Bhagavatam is there, many other Srila Prabhupada books are there. You can check it out on the shelf there, whichever you like. People are here, you can just buy and read it. Wonderful. But Bhagavad Gita is the only book which you can read again and again and again and again. It's never, you will think, oh, I never read this book before. Mataji, do you have any comment to say on it? Anybody else has any question? Okay, ready. Thank you so much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gritara Śrimad Bhāgavatam ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande.